Welcome back to the Count's Gala. My name is Ken. I'm the author of the book. Here it is here. We finally got our copy. This one's Sarah's. Mine's coming later this week, but you can get your own copy on Amazon.com right now. It's available for most places in the world. So if you're watching this video, there's a good chance you can buy the book. Anyway, we're on puzzle number 5, cryptogram number 5. So let's get into it here. Let me just scroll down a little bit so that we can see the entire puzzle. The other good news is today we're going to get into the logic puzzle as well, based on this clue. So a couple things that jump out at me right off the bat. A lot of short words that start with K. So these here, K and D is the pattern that we're seeing a few times, and then KT. So I'm going to guess that K and D is THE, and KT is 2. So I'm just going to fill those in at the bottom so I have a reference to work with. I will scroll down so that you can see a little bit. I got to get my mouse over there. Where is it? Lost my mouse. Here we are. Here we are. Okay. So I'm just going to fill in these letters here. The T is an O. The N is an H. And the D is an E. And I'll scroll back up so that we can see the puzzle. Okay. Let's see. There were a few other areas where these showed up. Oh, here's one that we saw from a previous puzzle. This 5-letter word that is the same as this, starts the same as this. This W has to be an R or an S, so we'll keep that in mind as we continue to solve this. Here is the other the, THE, and another 2. And let's see, do I see anything else that pops out at me for those here? So the W, let's put a note. The W can be either an S or an R. And then this letter P is going to be the letter A or I. So we'll continue to think about that. It starts with the puzzle starts with the letter P. And that's a short word. Both A and I can work there, so that doesn't give us too many hints, but let's keep plugging away with... I said I would start with the E's this time. So the letter E is going to be, or the letter D is going to be an E. And we'll fill some of these in. E. So if you recall clue number 4, we were talking about what the seller is, how we're going to identify the sellers. And what I did here was I immediately gave you a clue about some of the sellers. So this clue is going to be about 2 different sellers who are wearing different outfits. And I think, if I recall correctly, I don't remember exactly what the clue says, but we get the name of a seller, and we get an outfit of a seller, and they're going to be 2 different people. So, that's the. And keep going through these. We're 5 videos in, and my handwriting hasn't gotten any better. But it's a little tricky on this. If you want to see me write well, find me on TikTok. I actually am using a different name on TikTok, so you can find me as KC Cluer, and that's a pen name that I'm going to be using for publishing some other similar books, but the first one that's going to come out is on Ben Franklin quotes, but obviously I didn't write any of the Ben Franklin quotes. Ben Franklin did, so I don't want to take credit for his stuff, but yeah, I want to kind of separate those books where I'm kind of just compiling words or quotes versus me actually writing things. So if it has my name on it, then I wrote every single word in the book. If it has the KC Kluwer, then um, I've compiled quotes and I've put them into the book and formatted them. So that will be coming out probably in the next week or so. So we'll see. We'll see how my cover comes out, and then base our publication on that. So okay, letter E is we got found most of those, and I'm going to be missing some. That's all right. Okay, now let's look for the O's. I like that. So letter T is going to be O. The letter T is going to be O. Not that way. Okay. O. The last puzzle, I think we had quite a bit of luck with these O's. We'll see what kind of success we have this time. O. O. T. Ooh, double O. Okay, so that bodes well for the letter T being an O with those double letters. There's only a few that that can be applied to, so that's a good start there. Thought I saw another one, and T is going to be no. Okay, I'm going to go back and check the previous clue because I want to see if there's a word that we use. We didn't. Okay. I was looking for this word extravagant, but I thought it was a different word, one that's kind of jumping out here. If we had used it, I would. So it's this one here. If we used it, I would go ahead and fill that in, but I don't think we did. So that might be a tough one to guess if you didn't write the puzzle. So let's see. What else can we fill in here? Oh, we have another the. You guys are probably looking at that one for the last 5 minutes and saying, "Oh, you missed that one. You missed it." All right, and then we haven't filled in the T's yet, or the H's, so we have actually quite a few that we can still work with here. K's are going to be T. There's a T, T, another T, I think T in general is a pretty good letter to start with, and I wanted to switch it up a little bit today. T's are good, E's are good, O is usually good. O is pretty good today. K. Oh, okay. That's one that's going to jump out at me. And it will jump out at you throughout the book. Let's finish this here. So, 6-letter word, starts with O, has 2 T's in it. I'm going to go with outfit. Outfit. So that L is going to be a U. I'm just filling in my bottom grid. You can't see it, but it is, if you are wondering if you should fill it out or not, I highly recommend it. Just not only because these clues are fairly long, but it will be useful at the end of the book. So just as a hint when you're finishing this thing up. So let's go with that other vowel here. The L is going to be a U. Oh, and that has actually another word that jumps out. Let me make that clear. So another 6-letter word with UE, and then a same letter, the last letter, and the third from the last letter. So guests, Guests. So G for the Y, we have that U, and then the J is going to be an S. So that's going to be really helpful. Okay, so I was looking for some U's, which is the letter L. And I'm just going to quickly go through some of these. Okay, this J is an S. This is not this. Okay, so another thing to look for. So this first sentence ends in a period. So I'm going to just draw there so you can see where I'm looking at. So it is not a question. So it's the letter P is not going to be an I because it's not a question. It's going to be an A, as. So P is an A. So as guests, here's another A. We have A, which is an I. S we don't have, and G we don't have. We don't have that. We do have this. We should have some of these. F. D is going to be an E. Let's see. Words that start with FE, three-letter words. I know the word, so it's going to be tough for me to come up with something that's not it. But few. So I is going to be a W. And then, all right, we got F. F's here. What else do we have with that? L is going to be a U. Q, we don't have Q yet. We do have this. Some people told me they had a difficult time with this word. I think I've seen it on British TV shows more than probably American shows. So that might be a little bit of a hint if you're thinking about it. I'm going to come back to it so give you a chance to kind of guess what that might be. J is going to be, I should go with the I here. W, A is going to be I, K is a T, and that's another one that I missed. And the N is an H. We haven't filled in any of the H's yet, so I didn't actually miss that. J is an S, so with S, H we don't have, W we don't have, A is an I, K is a T, U we don't have. Kerfuffles with, okay, that word I think would jump out. At this point I do remember this entire first line, but I'm going to come back to it once we have a few more letters. Let's see. Letter P is an A. J is an S. A set. We do have O, of. We don't have the F. W we don't have. B we don't have. L is a U. And J is an S. A set of, I'm going to say that we can guess, well, I don't know. Let's come back. I bet there are easier words to guess. Yeah. Or we could do this. We'll go back up to this here. No, I don't want to do that yet. We do. We can do that. So we already have the S. The S is not the W, therefore it has to be the R, and that's actually going to help us really a good amount. So R is for the W. Let's guess AAR. I would say arrived. That's an easy one to guess from there. So the S is a V and the G is a D. There were a few are. I'm just going to give you this word. So it's going to be kerfuffles. I hope I gave you enough time to think about that. With SEH we don't have. W is that R. And I think we can probably guess this from here. Security. So that H is a C and the U is a Y. And we are pretty much rolling from here. So we still don't have that F, but that W is the R. B we don't have. But again, I think we can guess that one. So enormous. F is that N. And the B is an M. W. I. We have that N. Do we have Y? We do. G, S. Enormous wings. W. O, U. Do we have Q? Nope, but we do have G. So that Q is going to be an L. Fill that in on the bottom. Would not fit. Do we have the N? Yes, we do. THROUGH through the ENT. Let me actually figure out what this word is. R. Oh, I had it right. A-N through the entrance. Let's see. Letter P. A. I'm going to assume that that's and. I mentioned that before. And is a pretty good guess for three-letter words that start with A. I do have a few, there's a few instances where that may be tricky due to one of the character names. So be on the lookout for that. And the L, P is an A, G is a D, and the lady, WEARING, wearing them. That's also that KND with the at the beginning. Wearing them, HAD. Had to, do I have V yet? I'm going to say that you can probably guess that V is going to be a B. Had to be, let's see, JSCORT. Had to be escorted in THROUGH through the S is going to be VIC, the service, and G is going to be a D, door. A set of enormous wings would not fit through the entrance, and the lady wearing them had to be escorted through the service door. Let's see. On to the last sentence. FFN. None of the S. No, that's not an S. L is going to be. What is L? Oh. I remember the word I used here now. USH. None of the ushers were able So if you couldn't get that V up here, you can get it from here. Able to, S is a V E R I F Y. Oh, another the. I completely missed that one. The A is going to be an I. N V I T A T I O N. The invitation of. And it is important we get that B. So this is going to be our first character name that we can use on the grid. So I'm going to try to write this one kind of clear. B-R-U-C-E, Bruce. And his last name is going to be, let me make sure we get all of the letters for this. M-O. Q is going to be L. P is the A. S-S-E-S. So Bruce Molasses. I guess there are a few names that are not exactly foods that you would eat. I guess you wouldn't eat it molasses directly, but I think I was hungry when I wrote the book, so a lot of food adjacent names in here. So none of the ushers were able to verify the invitation of Bruce Molasses, but everyone, J is going to be the S-A-W, saw him enter in his outfit. Yeah, okay, so as guests arrived, there were a few kerfuffles with security. A set of enormous wings would not fit through the entrance, and the lady wearing them had to be escorted in through the service door. None of the ushers were able to verify the invitation of Bruce Molasses, but everyone saw him enter in his outfit. So, two different people. So, a lady wearing wings. That is important. You can figure out the genders of at least the sellers. And then there's Bruce Molasses, who we're going to identify as a seller because he is wearing some outfit that everybody saw him wear. So let me come down to the grid and we'll start filling some of this in. I'm going to run out of space here on my desktop. Okay, unfortunately this is a little bit too wide for me. Okay, let me fill in the outfit at the top here, W-I-N-G-S. And as you fill these in, make sure, so aside from the sellers and the painting, so the painting and the sellers, those two columns appear once. Everything else appears twice. So outfits is on the top and the bottom, or on the side. Wings. We don't know anything else about the wings except for it was a lady. And then I'm just going to write in Bruce here, B-R-U-C-E, because he was identified as a seller. But we do know that he was not wearing wings. So there we go. There's the start to our logic puzzle. And you couldn't even see me writing wings down here. So wings down here. I'm gonna have to zoom out when I do this in the future. But yeah. So there's the logic puzzle. There's our clues. We have Bruce Molasses as a seller and wings as an outfit that one of the sellers will be wearing. So next time we'll look at puzzle number 6, and if I recall correctly, 6 is going to be about describing some of the buyers. So stay tuned for some more hints, and like and subscribe if you made it this far, and don't forget to buy the book on Amazon.com. Thanks everyone.